Hello, beloved ones. This is Lorelei with the Tightrope to 5D Music Reactions. And if you wonder about that strange title, stick around for the message afterwards. We are in this historic time with a shift from the third dimensional consciousness to the fifth dimensional consciousness for the whole planet. Never happened before, so stick around for that message. But we are starting with Angelina Jordan, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. Here we go.
When are you gonna come down? When are you going to land?
Love this song.
I should have stayed on the farm. I should have listened to my old man. You know you can hold me forever. I didn't sign up with you. I'm not a prison for your friends to open.
What is this business of the waving of the stars? I never watched these shows. You know, we saw two of them where they're waving the stars. Is that what they do when they think it's a good thing? Let me know, friends. And by the way, like this video and like her video afterwards, and subscribe. Let's go back a little so we can get the flow of this again.
I should have stayed on the farm. I should have listened to my old man. You know you can hold me forever. I didn't sign up with you. I'm not a prison for your friends to open. This boy's too young to be singing the blues.
Oh, let's hear that again. So pretty. Babe, there might not be stars. They might be lights out there. I can't quite tell what they are, but they kind of flashlight stars. Here we go. Oh, so pretty the way she did that little riffy thing, huh?
So goodbye, yellow brick road.
I didn't go far enough back. Hold on.
So goodbye, yellow brick road, where the dogs of society howl. You can't plant me in your penthouse. I'm going back to my plow, back to the howling old owl in the woods, hunting the only big town. Oh, I finally decided my future lies beyond the yellow brick road.
Oh, we got to hear that again. We got to hear that again. That was so great. Got to hear that again. Yeah, when she can belt it, she can really belt it, huh? She's like holding back and all this pretty little thing, and then suddenly, wow! Here we go.
Beyond the yellow brick road. So goodbye, yellow brick road, where the dogs of society howl. Back to the howling old owl in the woods, hunting the only bite
All right, we got to hear that again. We got to hear that again. So different from the song I know it to be. She does everything so different when she does it. She does everything her own way, like never any other way. Here we go.
Hold out in the woods, hunting only back Oh, I finally decided my future lies beyond the yellow brick.
Yeah, she brings the judges to their feet. Wow, 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 wow. Oh my goodness. It's like I said about, I did her Elvis Presley Suspicious Mind song, and I said it was just a total reimagining of that song, one I could have never thought of in a million years. And here she's also reimagined this song in a totally different way that I never would have thought of. And it was wonderful. Wasn't it wonderful? Oh my goodness. Thank you, Angelina. Another wonderful job done. So, oh, what? Okay, so I never really kind of listened super to the words of this, but now with her singing of it, I really was listening astutely. So as I see it, it's like someone who has got sick of all the fame and the search, the trying to strive for that fame or that money or that success that we, humans think is successful. And so that's the yellow brick road going to, what's supposed to be Valhalla, but he doesn't want the yellow brick road. She or who wants to go back to the farm, right? That's really where happiness is, right? That's what the song is saying. My real happiness is back at my roots, with the earth and at my roots, not to strive for money or power or position or fame or whatever. So it really is quite a meaningful song, quite a wonderful song. And her singing of it was just extraordinary and so soft and so gentle. On my scale of 1 to 10, like 1 being very third dimensional fear, pain, sadness, sorrow, anger, etc., and 10 being very fifth dimensional love, peace, joy, bliss, harmony, all that. We are moving in the direction of fifth dimensional. Because, that's what you have, by the way, in fifth dimensional Earth is like, there's no striving for that money, that fame, that ego-based stuff. There's just like that solid living life and enjoying it, like just every moment of it being a gift, right? And that's what I hear in this song. So this song is pretty high vibrational. I'm going to go with like an 8. I think this is up there pretty high. So let's go with an 8 on this song for how much it pulls us. Not about how great she sang it. She sang it wonderful. If I had to sing about 1 to 10 how great she sang it, I'd have to go 12 or something. But but it's about like how much it pulls us toward the higher dimensional consciousness. So, okay. So friends, if you'd like to know, by the way, a little bit more about me, you can go to my About Me video on this channel. And it'll lead you to a longer video that is about my Forged in the Fire journey, my third dimensional experiences here on Earth, and what that taught me. And if you want to see what I gleaned, like the skills and talents that I can bring to others now, you can go to my About Lorelei Patreon page. So you can go to the description on YouTube and drop down to About Lorelei on Patreon. So by the way, I'm about to give you my fifth dimensional message. And this brings off a message about ancient Lemuria and an ancient Atlantis. But so you could go back and watch that and check it out so you can get a little more information about these guys. And there's a lot of messages I'm giving. However, I like to say to you now, because I've given so many messages, what do you want to know? What do you want me to talk about regarding this shift from third dimensional to fifth dimensional? And put those questions in the notes, the comments, and I will answer your question. Or in some cases, if I already answered it in a certain video, I might direct you back to that video so you can watch that video and see the answer. But give me a little bit of time if you ask a question. It takes maybe 3 to 4 weeks. By the time I've found the comment and gone through all my comments and then decided where to put it and whatever. I don't know, 2 to 4 maybe. Okay, so all right, friends. Now, so ancient Lemuria versus ancient Atlantis. So, what is the difference between these two ancient civilizations as we understand it from the information we've gleaned from higher beings and from information that's out there known and on the internet and from our gut intuition? So, ancient Atlantis, this is the one that sank underneath the sea as we understand it. And Lemuria was also flooded out as we understand it. But was a kind of a race of people that we believe lived in the sort of Atlantic Ocean. That's why it's called Atlantis, in the area of the Atlantic Ocean on several different islands. And this was a very high functioning technological society. Okay, they had the ability to use the ancient, like huge, enormous crystals to, for instance, power an entire city. You could power an entire city using these crystals the size of like the Empire State Building or something. So they had technology very much down, and they were very much in a loving space, a fifth dimensional space. The looks of these beings was more of the, say, like Aryan kind of, what do we say? Like, the Nordic kind of a look. It was like a Nordic look. It was a white skin and light hair, light colored hair, that kind of thing. And they were in the love vibration until other beings began to come in and kind of like poke at them with some kind of negative thoughts and ideas and beliefs. But we'll put that aside for a minute. Now we understand ancient Atlantis, this is my understanding from the higher beings and all, was much older than Lemuria. In other research, I've heard people saying they thought Lemuria was older. So I don't know, did Lemuria cease to exist and then come back again later on? I don't know, but this is my understanding. Ancient Atlantis was older, and then along came Lemuria. Now, Lemuria was also a fifth dimensional society, but they were a society that was very grounded to the earth and nature, and using nature and metaphysical practices to overcome the physical material world, if you will. So you had Atlantis overcoming the physical world using technology, and you had Lemuria overcoming the physical world using metaphysical kind of stuff and working with the crystals and the earth and healing and all the things that entails. And their look, as we understand it, they were from the Pacific area, and you could kind of think of them as the Hawaiian origin. So they had that kind of an Hawaiian or an Asian kind of look. And so you had those two great civilizations. And then what began to happen, unfortunately, it was when these darker kind of thoughts and beliefs came into to Atlantis from some beings, some not higher beings, but some other beings from other areas of the universe were coming to try to take over the planet or control it or whatever. And they began dropping these thoughts into the heads of the Atlantis people, especially the ones in power, if you will, and saying, you should really quelch that Lemuria, that little dog Lemuria that's nipping at your heels there. You're the big dog here. You need to quelch them. You need to stop them from whatever they're doing over there. They were feeling like a rivalry between Lemuria, and like they should stop Lemuria's progress. And so at some point that rivalry became so great that they did use their crystals in a warring way, those enormous crystals, that caused almost a nuclear cataclysmic event, which destroyed both civilizations. I don't know if that happened all exactly at once or over a little bit of time, but basically that's our understanding of the thing. So, but what's really important was each was a fifth dimensional consciousness to begin with, okay? It was a fifth dimensional love, harmony, joy, bliss, everyone working together, everyone prospering, everyone, just everyone caring for each other and taking care of each other. That was happening in both civilizations until the introduction of these darker beings and began to, poke at Atlantis and try to send them in a different direction. So here I am. I'm sending you that beautiful fifth dimensional energy, that love, that peace, that bliss, that harmony, that brotherhood, all coming at you right now. Namaste. I honor the God in you.